Hey everybody, Ray Davenport, your Director of Sports Performance, and today I want to talk about walking, how much we need of it, how to align ourselves properly to do it safely and effectively, and maybe even a couple strategies to increase the amount of walking you're getting in your day-to-day life. All right, so the first thing we need to do is talk about how many steps per day. You've probably heard the number 10,000 a lot. I want to talk about 12,000, so it's a little bit more. It's not that hard to get to, especially if you're already walking the dog, walking the golf course, walking to and from the wellness center. These are all great ways to get that number up, but you're going to want to track it. So how do we do that? Whether it's a smart device, your cell phone, a Fitbit, or a more affordable pedometer. There are a lot of different ways you can do it. I would not recommend counting each step as you go. It's going to take the focus off of what we're trying to do, but it's a great way to get started and see where you're at. Now, the next thing we want to cover is posture. When we talk about posture, we're looking for as neutral as possible. I'll give you a close-up of the feet here in just a second. But from the side view, that's 50% of the weight in the heels, 50% of weight in the balls of the feet. Our tailbone is not back, it is nice and tucked. Our back is not forward, it's nice and tall, head is back, and we're in that neutral position. Now, I also want to talk about mechanics a little bit. The way the body moves should be contralateral. So if my right foot goes forward, my left arm should go forward. Same thing, left foot, right arm. This is a natural flow of the way the body moves. The other thing I was just doing there, head was down. So if you look at it from the side, we find that neutral posture and balanced. Our eyes are up and we're letting the arms swing freely. I see a lot of people day to day, they put the arms behind their back, their shoulders are slumped forward, their knees are bent, and we're just killing our posture over time. Okay, so think about, we talked about 10,000 steps, even getting to 12,000 steps. If you're doing that 10,000 times in a day, that posture is not going to get any better. So we need to reinforce it. We need to find that neutral position so that when we try to develop better posture, we're reinforcing it through our daily walks and with our environmental demands. Now, one thing we didn't talk about was footwear. Typically, we want something as flat as possible. Now, that doesn't mean you need to run out and get a zero drop shoe, but traditionally speaking, something that is flat without any sort of heel lift is gonna help stretch out that posterior chain. Now, I want you to see that neutral posture we talked about. So I'm gonna take these shoes off here. So you can see my feet and my ankle position. I'll even bring this pant leg up just a little bit. So again, you can see the ankles. We have two traditional faults and then we have balance. So I'm going to show you the faults first. Fault number one, ankles are too far in. This is causing my arch to become too flat. Fault number two is ankles too wide. Again, they start to get out. The big toes come off the ground. We put a lot of pressure on the outside of that foot. Neutral, right, is ankles stacked right on top. Now, if we consider how that position changes our knees and then how that impacts the mechanics up and down that chain, some really bad things can happen and you can lead to some overuse problems, some chronic issues with your hip, your back, again, can break down all the way up. So I really recommend the next time you go out, be mindful of the way that you position your feet. We want toes forward. Definitely don't want those hips opened up. I know if you have tight hips, there are some other ways we can address that, but try to, over time, reinforce this great posture with toes forward, knees in line with the ankles, ankles in that neutral position, and I promise you're gonna be feeling better. We're gonna increase our cardiovascular endurance and hopefully reduce some of those, just those daily aches and pains that we experience. So if you have any questions about walking, how you can use it to benefit your health overall, I'm happy to help you however I can. Please reach out.